rebounds.
Telling you, so Steph Curry for the NBA probably the last 3 years has just ramped up the popularity of the sport. Right, and the way the Warriors play, and, you know, I would say Russell Westbrook is one of those guys.
Yeah.
And it's funny how he was reacting to that fan last night.
Yeah, he's fat, out of shape, a Sixer fan, gives him the double bird. And it was kind of like being aggressive physically.
Yeah.
And Russell Westbrook's like, look at this guy.
Come on.
You're going to tolerate this guy?
So what I'm saying, the NHL is in the midst of somewhat of a kind of rebirth with some really unbelievably great young players. Connor McDavid, I know you don't know who he is. He's out in Edmonton. And, of course, Austin Matthews up in Toronto. Just great players, young players, and the future's bright, just like it is in the NBA with a lot of the great young players that they have. How about Anthony Davis last night, by the way?
Anthony Davis last night had 50 points, mackerel. I think like 17 and 6 and 5, and they lost.
But what a player, man.
Think about that.
What a player. Holy God.
He's a stud, an absolute stud. But imagine losing that game. You know, me and Bobby were talking about it in the back. You talk about the great individual performances, and that's all people remember.
Yep.
As opposed to, hey, did your team win or did your team lose? Well, you know, they happened to lose last night. And it reminded both of us of the 63 that Michael Jordan dropped in Boston. He lost the game.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that, the one particular basket when Kevin McHale's trying to guard him. And he goes between his legs, kind of stationary, though.
Well, you're asking
maybe
a 6'11",
like 4 times.
it was 6'11",
I know, but the image of it,
forward.
It was like a changing of the guard right in front of your eyes. And he goes between his legs like 4 or 5 times. And we're just messing with him. And then, obviously, he pulls up and scored.
It's kind of like what Steph Curry does to players now.
A lot, yep. He does it in a different manner, you know, more just with his jump shooting, but crazy. They actually lost that game, New Orleans did, 107-102 to Denver in New Orleans. Anthony Davis had 50 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, and I think he had 4 steals, Boomer. Let me check. You want to talk about a complete game, right?
Yep.
That dude.
But no one.
Excuse me. He had 7 steals, 4 blocks, 50 points, and 17 rebounds. 16 rebounds. How about that?
I bet you if you asked him today, would he take the win over the 50 points? I would think that he would say yes.
I would hope he'd say yes, but you know, who knows these days.